Hi, welcome to Grapevine TV. My name is Emily and tonight we are joined with Melbourne singer-songwriter Jacob Butler. Thanks for coming, Jacob.
Thanks for having me. How you doing?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm well.
That's good. Now you've spent a lot of time in Europe.
Of recent, yeah.
Yeah, so how long have you been back in Melbourne for?
I've been back in town for just over 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So I was gone for over a month. From Germany, Sweden and Poland actually. So just basically promoting the album that's out there now. It's actually not even out here yet. So
Yeah.
it was great. It was a really busy trip and you know, met lots of cool people and spoke to a lot of people at radio and TV and lots of acoustic performances and that kind of thing. So it was really cool. It was a really positive month away.
Yeah, that's really unusual that you went over there to release your album. Like, well, how come you did that?
Well, you don't kind of go, I'm going to hit Poland first,
No.
or you know, I'm going to hit Sweden first. It's just the way that it's kind of panned out. I've got a guy, he's now sort of my manager. He's based in London and his business primarily is he shops albums that he thinks are good to record labels all around the world, and that's sort of what he'd been doing for me. And he got me, you know, a deal in South Africa, then Germany, then Poland, Scandinavia, Greece, and and now Netherlands, Belgium. So he's actually covered off most of Europe now, and yeah, it's sort of really kind of weird and cool because we've got Universal in Poland, we've got EMI in Greece, we've got V2 in Benelux, which is Belgium, Netherlands, Luxembourg, and these are all like big labels, and there's some other cool little indies as well that are sort of good big players in Scandinavia and Germany as well. So, you know, it's kind of funny because here it's been a little bit quieter, but Australia's a small market and it's very hard. Like if you're kind of between say Triple J and mainstream radio, which is kind of where I guess I fit. Yeah. It's it's a little bit difficult, but it's all good. The new single Mind Waltz has been doing really well on the stereo. It's getting a lot of play on the radar network, and you just kind of build it in baby steps. And we're definitely working towards getting it out here in the first half of 2013. So
and you started your own record label as well, didn't you?
Well, yeah. I mean, again, after we haven't been through this yet, but I did some reality TV stuff and.
Yes, well, it's good to get to that.
Labels didn't come knocking, which is no surprise. I mean, the reality is of these kinds of shows is that, it's even if you sort of get into the top 10, it's very unlikely that you're going to get signed. Yeah. And that you're going to get, have great success afterwards. It's about 10% chance, really.
Yeah, and you were on X Factor and Australian Idol.
Yeah.
And you came in the top 10 for both, didn't you?
Yeah. So,
even after, I'm just really interested because I read that you, on X Factor, you were on X Factor first, and then the producers really encouraged you to be on Australian Idol, even though you were like, oh, I'm not really sure. And even after your success, there was no sort of record label at the end of it.
No, there wasn't. I mean, again, it's sort of one of those really hard things, but if you look at the year that I was on, I mean, Natalie Gauchi won that, and look, she's done some cool indie things now, but the label basically did the winner's record and then just dropped her. So and then you got Matt Corby on the other hand, who has had a tremendous amount of success. He was the same year as me.
Oh really?
Yeah. But Matt was really quite, for his age and to his credit, he was incredibly smart about it. He actually said no. He turned down a deal from Sony.
Wow.
He said, I just want to go away for a while, I want to finish my school, hang out with my friends and kind of let it evolve naturally. And he actually signed a management deal, and he was involved with that for quite some years and just did little EPs and slowly built it that way.
Now I have to ask you, you personally gave your album to Noel Gallagher from Oasis.
Yeah.
So, and I know you probably talked about that in a lot of interviews. But I just want to know, what was that like in that moment when you were just like, I have this opportunity to give this to one of my
I just picked up some pre-release copies of my record and I was driving to a gig and I was sitting on Alexandra around, the Tan.
Yeah.
In Melbourne, if you're from Melbourne, if you're not from Melbourne, it's right in the middle of the city. It's the Botanical Gardens and there's a track that goes around it and it's called the Tan. and it's like where all the the beautiful people go running.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, all the rich mums with nothing better to do in their prams, they'll be at the tan.
Yeah.
So I was driving past there, and I'm sitting in my car, and I look to my left and my right. Sorry, no good left and right. And there's Noel in the van next to me, like, and I'm like, no way. So I just wound my window down, and I'm like, grab the disc, and I'm like, dude, and he's like looking at me like all perplexed. And he winds his window, he presses the button, of course. He doesn't whine. No one doesn't whine, yeah. He just presses the button. And he's like, I'm like, dude, this is my record. And he grabs it and he has a look at it and goes, oh, okay, cool. And I said, oh, because he was doing a show at the Palais Theatre in St Kilda in the next week. I said, I'll see you at the Palais on Tuesday. All the best. And he's like, all right, man. And that's what he said. That's all he said to me was, all right, man. And I just kind of like sped off. Because I didn't want to like be one of those people that kind of like tried to like meet him at the next intersection, give him more information. I was like, I'm out. If my phone number and my email address is on the disc, I'm out of here. So I did that, and I was like, wow. So I haven't heard from him yet.
Did you call someone after that?
Yeah, I called my fiance. I'm like, you're not gonna believe what just happened.
What would you say? What are you most proud of with your musical journey so far?
I think this year has probably been, it's been a real achievement as far as I've gone from sort of having this record all finished, not knowing how it was going to go, to having deals in different countries around the world. And I've done 2 trips to Europe this year. I've got another one in February. So that's been pretty big. And obviously doing this record and just kind of being in control of my own destiny, which has been really nice. And I guess it's been hard by not having a label to kind of give me that support, but at the same time what I have had is complete control, and that's been a nice thing, because I was always very wary about that. Yeah. Especially during the reality TV days. I was always like, don't you tell me what song to sing, mister.
Yeah.
So it's been great.
Let's hear one of your songs. You're going to play your latest single, Mind Waltz.
Called Mind Waltz. And
so do you want to give us a bit of context for the song?
Well, the song I wrote with a friend of mine who played guitar on the record, a guy called Ben Stoles. He had some chords. He's like, check this out. And I'm like, cool. And I just sort of started singing some melodies over it, and it was really written in half an hour. It really came out quite quickly, and then I sort of went away and sort of wrote the lyrics, and within a couple of days it was finished. But it's a song about when two people meet, and like it's the mind waltz. It's like, I like you, you like me. I'm too afraid to show it, so are you.
Yeah. So
we like playing with these kind of weird sort of like, does she like me, does she not like me, these kind of games, and that's what the mind waltz is.
Sounds like my kind of song.
If you want to just sum it up in Facebook terms, it'd be, it's complicated.
Right.
Yeah.
I'd probably like that too.
Right, cool. Hey, my name's Jacob Butler, and you are listening to my song Mind Waltz. Lonely nights, lonely when you've got sadness by your side. Cyanide, extracting the purest of silver, gold from your mind. But if you never show, you never know. Hey, what's going on in your head? strikes in the dark as thousand tears are cyanide, distracting, furious to see the world go from your mind. If you never burn, never learn. Hey, what's going on in your head? Are wavelengths lying? Hey, what's going on in your head? What do you think when you play with my mind? Not today. Never know. If you never burn, you never love. Hey, what's going on in your head? Are our wavelengths aligning? Hey, what's going on in your head? Hey, what's going on in your head? Hey, what's going on in your head? What do you think when you play with my mind? Not today.
Jacob, thank you so much for coming on Grapevine.
Thanks for having me.
This evening, and yeah, I can't wait to hear more.
Thank you very much.